This is Carrala. I thought I would introduce myself. I've done, I don't know how many hundreds of videos, but I thought I would introduce myself just so that if you're interested in knowing who I am, if you're interested in going to any of my sites, you know, you will know where to go. And if I speak too quickly and say, oh, hi, I'm Carrala, this is blah, 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 because I speak very quickly, I know I do. People tell me that all the time. So let me just tell you who I am, right? My name is Carrala Ficklin. Now, I go by either both sets of names or just one. So you can either put down Carrala Ficklin, C-A-R-R-A-L-A, and the last name is Ficklin, F as in food, I-C-K-L-I-N, or I go by with two last names, right? And that would be Carrala Ficklin. I've already spelled that for you. And then it's a hyphen, and then it's MC. Do not forget to put the MC and then another C, C-L-A-I-N, Carrala Ficklin-McClain. Okay, now, there's several ways you can get to me initially, and from those ways, it can branch out. Okay, so one of them is called CABED, C-A-A-B-E-D-1. Now, that's where you can go and see my YouTube videos. I've done a lot of videos. Some are kind of old, and when I had a different look, and my dreadlocks are all over my head, and I have my piercings, but now I'm much more sedate. So my videos, I do not have my dread. I still have my dreads, but they're pushed back or pulled back. That's the correct word, pull back. Okay, then I tweet. I forget what they're called. You tweet, Twitter, whatever, right? I tweet, and I tweet a lot. I tweet on language. Every morning I get up about 4 o'clock and I start, you know, thinking about language, thinking about how language is used. I love this new, with the discussion on, oh my God, the Seahawks and the Denver Broncos or whatever, the Super Bowl, and how they call, Sherman, I think his name is Sherman, and how they called him a thug, and how they deconstruct the word, showing how thug is now the new N-word, right? Interesting, right? Before, those two words had nothing to do with each other, and now they do. That just shows you the beauty, the complexity of language, because language reflects the human mind, and the human mind can be horrible, it can be beautiful, it's always complex, and it's fascinating, right? It's fascinating. Now, how I can't say the word the N-word, but I can definitely say the word thug, so I'll call you a thug, but both you and I know what I'm really calling you is the N-word, right? Right? And even in the African American community or the Black American community, thug has many different meanings, right? And sometimes when I'm calling you a thug, that can be insulting, just like the N-word, very insulting. But other times when I'm calling you a thug, it can be, well, I don't know if the word is complimentary, but a quality that you're not necessarily ashamed of. How about that? It's a quality, just like when you use the N-word in certain contexts, and normally you're talking about a black male, it's a quality that one is not necessarily ashamed of. But it's just like when you're talking in the house. Do you know what I mean? Like when you're talking in the house, I have people that I care for very, very much, right? And when I like you a lot, I'm talking about love, not necessarily romantic love, but love that one human being has for another, I always rename you, right? I call you a name that nobody else calls you, right? So I'll call you that name, right? But that doesn't mean because I call you that name that someone who doesn't know you as well, who doesn't have the same sentiments that I have, can call you that name. And that's how I see the word thug used in that context, or the N-word used in that context. You know, your mother will call you all different names. One can be even, you know, horrible names like Stinky Butt. You know, you can say, oh my God, but you wouldn't use that. If you use it outside, even if you use it outside in front of people, you know, your friends wouldn't say, hey, Stinky Butt. You know, language sometimes can be, you can't cross this line because I have the right to use that word because I'm me and am I, which is a horrible way of saying it, right, even though it's correct, that I have a special relationship with you that someone else doesn't. Okay, so you can see how much I love language. I'm here just to introduce myself, and I'm already start talking about language and the complexity and the cultural and everything. I'm also going to start a game. It's called, get this, Game McClain. You get it? The rhyme, Game McClain. I got my rhyme together, right? Game McClain, in which I'm going to send out tweets about like puns or whatever, jokes, and why is something funny, why is it funny in one culture versus another, just little things, right? And see if you can answer it. So my Twitter handle, I think that's what we call the Twitter handle, it's Carrala McClain. Also, and I'm showing you this here, if you want to go to where I have the cards that I've made thousands of cards. A lot for English, but a whole bunch for Spanish and different aspects of Spanish. You can go to, it says the letter I, study guides. I forgot to put it here, but .com. And I hope you can see this. This is an example. This is the site. You go in and you can download cards. You can see some of my videos. And everything is for free because I believe people have the right to learn language. And I have a knowledge and I have a love of something. And prior to, all this technology, it just went around and around and around in my head because I didn't necessarily work in the field that I love. But now I can do it. Go on, get a camera or get an iPad or Pod or whatever they're called and just talk about language. And anyone who's interested in learning my particular aspect of language. So once again, let me just give it to you. It's CAABED, CAB1, that's my YouTube. Then there's my Twitter, which is Carrala McClain. That's my handle, Carrala McClain. And then if you want to get cards, and there's cards on everything. The cards that I love the most are my homographs because I looked up every homograph in the English language and then tried to find out why they were homographs. And I tried to do the same thing with homophones. That's the letter I, studyguides.com. Okay, so just wanted to introduce myself. Thank you, and have a very, very good day. Bye.